Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel Lorenzo.
Wait, what did you say?
Fantasy Lorenzo.
Have a good one.
You guys better subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
I did what I had to do. Where I go now, I don't care. This is Boyka?
Yuri Boyka, your request for parole is denied. Furthermore, in light of the severe nature of your crimes, you will not be eligible to come before this court for another 15 years.
Seriously, you made a lot of money for me in the past. I want to help you now.
Gaga, you really want to help me? Get me into this tournament. I want to fight again.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Undisputed III: Redemption.
God has given me a gift. Only one. I am the most complete fighter in the world. My whole life I've trained. For what? I must prove I am worthy of something. It is not a true test. There is no honor in it. There's no honor in running. There's no honor in dying for money. Go!
My guardian angel now.
No angel.
I have already arranged to get you picked up. Pity about your freedom.
This is my freedom.
So yeah, this movie takes place a few years after the first, or I should say second film, Last Man Standing, after his defeat at the hands of Michael Jai White's character. And his knee was snapped and everything like that. The past few years, Boyka has been in a rut. He's just completely a shell of himself. He's almost barely recognizable around the prison. Just mopping and sort of just defeated within himself as well. You could argue sort of humbled by his defeat, and I think he sort of is shaped a bit differently through what he went through with Michael Jai White's character in the previous film. And you could see a little bit of a different side to him in that film as well, wanting some sort of honor in his fights and how he defeats people, like when he didn't want to defeat Chambers by the guy being drugged, of course. But in this, he really starts to look at himself and his life from a better perspective again, I think. Just with how he sees even more so the corruption and everything going on. Like you said, he's not going to take their fucking money. He's not going to die, for that. He's not going to die for what him and Jenkins' character in this one talk about. Pretty epic trailer, by the way. that I had at the beginning of this video. I like the kind of epic music to it. But yeah, Michael Jai White's character does not return in this one, which, I don't know, some people might be a bit bothered by, but I personally don't really feel much about it. I mean, Jai White was fine, but I think this is a good direction for the Undisputed series to go in, because it seemed even with that previous film, Scott Adkins' character, Yuri Boyka here, was definitely sort of like the fan favorite to watch. Obviously because of Scott Adkins' actual talents in fighting, and the great scenes he had with that. So, and at the same time, just feeling like a character may be worth exploring a little bit more. And the movie has a very fitting title as well, Redemption. Now, it is an action film, action fighting film, so it's not like it's not like some big drama, or something like that necessarily. But it is character driven, more so than others, or at least more successful in other types of films like this. And this is probably one of my favorite Scott Adkins movie at this point, or at least one of them. I was very happy with this movie, and they delve into the Boyka character even more. I really liked his progression in this film, and I was pleasantly surprised by his dynamic with Mykel Shannon Jenkins' character, who's an American that's thrown into the mix in this film. And it sort of seems like it's a parallel, or like not a do-over, but sort of like what he had with Chambers in the previous film, except maybe Boyka sort of wants to help this guy here, because the way he sort of looks at him, I think Turbo sort of reminds him of Chambers a bit. Just his personality and just how outspoken I guess he is. But I really like their dynamic in the movie, and it kind of progresses naturally. I had a feeling of where it was going to go, but I still liked it. And of course, Scott Adkins himself, I think he gave actually a very good performance in this movie. Of course, the fighting scenes are as good as ever. Probably even more so than the second film. There's more fights in this one, which isn't necessarily everything, but there's almost more meaning to some of them in this one, because I almost feel like I could take this story in this film more seriously for some reason, and I think that's because they put more into Boyka's character, and I liked also their direction of focusing more on who's actually running these tournaments and stuff like that, and Boyka and Jenkins eventually trying to figure out what to do about that, I guess, to put it simply. Like seeing them like this working yard that they take them to, of course breaking rocks typically and stuff like that, concrete. So I like the exploration of that, more so what they've been pulled into. I like seeing more of that. And probably my two favorite fights in the movie, I don't have pictures of it, well, besides the main fight with this Colombian who's just hopped up on drugs and everything, giving him a bit of an advantage. Obviously the main fight in it is very good, and everyone does a good job in this movie. But also, one of my favorite fights is probably midway through the movie. It's of course Boyka, and I think the guy was he was Brazil. He just moved around really, really smoothly, almost like a Kofi Kingston kind of character. If you guys watch WWE, I know I'm talking about legitimate fighting here, and I talk about it's just different entertainment, kinds of entertainment, of course. But I thought their fight was actually handled really well too, and a little show respect at the end. And I feel like I'm not talking about this movie right. I feel like I'm not giving it enough credit, because I really enjoyed this movie. I'm rating it as high as like a B+, A-. I was just very entertained by it. Not only did it have really good fight choreography in it again, really well shot action again by Isaac Florentine, Adkins as usual, but slightly deeper dive into the character while still keeping it, of course, the kind of movie it is. So let me know what you guys thought about this one. I'm going to watch the fourth film, Boyka Undisputed, soon. or at least I'm going to be ordering it soon, and whenever I watch it, at some point soon down the road, I'll definitely do a video on it. But yes, it's definitely my favorite of the film so far, and like I said, possibly my favorite Scott Adkins film in general. This guy is one of the most legitimate action, not just martial arts stars, but action stars in general I've seen ever. Again, Schwarzenegger's still my favorite, but it's hard to compare, their styles and stuff like that with what they do in their films. But I gotta say, Adkins is really, really kicking ass, literally and figuratively. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. And feel free to comment below. I would love to talk more about this, because I feel like it's 3 in the morning. I'm probably not talking about it as well as I could. But still, I want to get my thoughts on it, to talk about how much I enjoyed this film. So yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.